Good afternoon. Today's mini lesson is titled Changing Voice and Revising for a New Audience. To get started, I've passed out a handout with some prompting questions. Mandy, would you care to read the first question?
Sure. What is the purpose of voice?
Does anyone have any ideas? Why do we want voice within our writing?
It gives a sense of a sense to the reader of who we are as the author, or who's speaking to them.
That's right. Anyone have any other suggestions?
Makes it more personal.
Yeah, that's right. It does. A couple words that I wrote down is that it conveys tone, mood, and style in one's writing. Do you guys see that? Usually when you read a piece, is it easy for you to pick out the tone or style or mood? Okay. And what are some ways that we establish voice in writing?
Can you use punctuation?
Yeah.
Dialect?
Yes, that's one that I wrote down. Dialect, punctuation, quotes.
Word choice.
Word choice, yeah. Any others? Expressing any type of feelings. That would also go along with establishing voice. And what is the purpose of revision? Any thoughts?
To correct errors in our paper?
Yeah. And going along with that, I had to improve what is already on the page. It's a follow-up. On the board, I wrote down steps of the revising process. Add, delete, rearrange, rethink, rewrite. Can you guys come up with any definitions for these? Simple definitions, words that explain them.
Adding would be like to expand what is there, or to elaborate. Expand and elaborate.
Omit or delete.
One, two, two, twos.
It's two, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Rearrange is like changing the order.
Rethink, rewrite.
Come up with new ways to describe something.
New ideas work for that? New things to incorporate? And then rewrite. Kind of going along with fixing spelling errors, almost just ways to improve your writing as well. Okay. Next we're going to do a group activity. We'll pass around the short story. I'm just going to pass it around. Okay. This short story is entitled 11 by Sandra Cisneros. I'm going to read it aloud. Please follow along. What they don't understand about birthdays and what they never tell you is that when you're 11, you're also 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And when you wake up on your 11th birthday, you expect to feel 11, but you don't. You open your eyes and everything's just like yesterday, only it's today. And you don't feel 11 at all. You feel like you're still 10. And you are, underneath the year that makes you 11. Like some days you might say something stupid, and that's a part of you that is still 10. Or maybe some days you might need to sit on your mama's lap because you're scared, and that's a part of you that's 5. And maybe one day when you're all grown up, maybe you will need to cry like if you're 3, and that's okay. That's what I tell Mama when she's sad and needs to cry. Maybe she's feeling 3. Because the way you grow old is kind of like an onion, or like the rings inside a tree trunk, or like my little wooden dolls that fit one inside the other, each year inside the next one. That's how being 11 years old is. You don't feel 11, not right away. It takes a few days, weeks even, sometimes even months before you say 11 when they ask you. And when you don't feel smart, 11, not until you're almost 12. That's the way it is. Only today I wish I didn't have only 11 years rattling inside me like pennies in a tin Band-Aid box. Today I wish I was 102 instead of 11, because if I was 102, I'd have known what to say when Miss Price put the red sweater on my desk. I would have known how to tell her it wasn't mine instead of just sitting there with that look on my face and nothing coming out of my mouth. Okay, we're going to stop there. Going back to the story, who is the voice of this story?
It's from an 11-year-old girl.
Mm-hmm. And what is she experiencing today? What's something major happening in her life today? Her birthday. But how does she feel about her birthday?
Not that special.
No, it's not. So we've established that the voice of the story is an 11-year-old. What are some of her characteristics? Is she a mature 11-year-old?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because she has the knowledge that you're not, when you turn 11, you're not 11. You're 11 in all the other years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's insightful.
Insightful. That's one of the words I wrote down too. She's really insightful. She has a lot of wisdom for an 11-year-old. I mean, to explain, the aging process as an onion and the different layers, that's kind of deep. I would also say that she's kind of sad. Maybe she feels overwhelmed and judged. Yeah, I think that tying in her characteristics also helps you figure out who the voice is of the story, who the narrator is, whose perspective the story is from. Who is the audience?
It's anyone.
Anyone specifically, do you think? You want to know what I think?
People on their birthday.
Could be someone turning 11. I thought maybe it's two or peers.
Yeah.
Or two other 11-year-olds who are kind of facing the same thing. Maybe birthdays aren't that special. Or maybe something traumatic happened on a really important day to them. I think she's reaching out to those people. But like you said, I think it could be really towards anyone.
Well, I don't think that it, because she talks about her mom and she talks about her teacher, so I don't think she's going to be, addressing this to her teacher or her mom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, I think that it is just, it's not to adults.
No.
I think it's,
Adolescents.
adolescents. Maybe not strictly just 11-year-olds, but,
Mm-hmm.
people that she feels common with.
Do you think it's also maybe just a reflection?
Mm-hmm.
She could be just jotting it down to herself.
Yeah. It's very, it reminds me of what would be, a journal entry in mine.
Mm-hmm. Does it reach you?
A blog.
Does it reach any of you guys?
Yeah.
Can you relate? Because we're not that. I mean, I was 11 10 years ago, but I can still relate with a part of this. Do you know how much time we have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can stop it here.
Has it already been 5 minutes? Okay.